Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today is Thursday, so we will be talking about a midlife mindset shift. Midlife mindset shifts, life coaching, mindset coaching is my jam, along with nutrition and fitness coaching and fasting coaching and all those things. So I'm really excited that we get to do this on Thursdays. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Diane Parham. I'm the creator of the online course, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, as well as our midlife mindset shift group coaching program. We come together here on Thursdays to talk about all things now mindset shift for us as women. And this really does go well with what we're doing in our intermittent fasting community as well, because as always, anything that we want to improve in our life or really move the needle on in a positive direction always starts with our mindset. So we're going to work on that a little bit today, and we're going to discuss playing small. And are you afraid of showing up? Are you afraid of being seen? And where could that fear be coming from? And how can you overcome it? So welcome. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button, because if you subscribed, you also get to leave comments in the comment section on YouTube. Make sure you're following on Facebook. And as always, please hit that like button and take advantage of the comment section. This is where we get a chance to come together as a community and really connect with one another. And we're going to talk a little bit about why that is important for us in today's conversation. So before I get any farther, I have to, of course, put the link for the registration for the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, because all the changes that we are really looking for as aging women in today's world, I believe, come when we really get a handle on how it is we show up for ourselves and the decisions that we are making. And that really does start with putting ourselves in a position where we get to pay attention to our body and really fix the relationship we have with ourselves. So that does start in the intermittent fasting course. That link is there. You can start today if you're ready to jump in with us. Okay, so let's talk about playing small and being afraid of being seen. I have done a lot of work in this area for my own life as well. And so I'm coming to you from my own personal experience, as well as a lot of research and training I have done myself. I am a trained life coach and mindset coach. I have been doing counseling, I guess. I'm not a therapist or a registered, clinician in any kind of way, but I have studied personal development, self-help, and really dug myself out of some pretty dark places. And I'm going to share the things that I have discovered and what I've learned with you guys here today. So I'm coming to you as a peer as well as a professional in this arena. I believe, from a lot of the comments and coaching that I have done with women and my own personal experience, that being afraid of being seen or playing small in your life does start from the emotion of shame. And let me explain that. We think, and we use the dialogue and the word guilt oftentimes to associate how we're feeling about situations in our life, or maybe things that we have done to ourselves or things that have been done to us, and we feel guilty about that. But where I really think these emotions come from and how it is we then show up because of these feelings is really in the arena of shame. Shame is that emotion that puts us in a self-isolating type of environment. We don't want to share shame. We don't want to admit to shame. We are embarrassed by shame. Shame makes us want to just, what I call, coil in, right? And we kind of make ourselves small because of the way we are feeling. And those feelings come from the conversation and dialogue that we have in our head. And like I said, oftentimes that's confused by just picking the wrong emotion. I'm going to share with you guys in the comment section one of the books that was really helpful for me in learning how to stop playing small and really understand where that emotion was coming from. And that is the book Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. And I think a lot of the times we play small as women because we don't really know how to manage what it is that we're feeling when it encompasses something like shame. And it often is just because of the fact that we don't know how to properly name it, properly identify it when it shows up in our life, and then how to manage it. So I want you to think about, through the course of this week, what is it that you do, or how is it that you show up when you know you have done something that you've already agreed you wouldn't do. And so we'll use the example here of what we do a lot here in this community, and that's intermittent fasting and making healthy and informed food choices, or maybe sticking to a workout routine. All those things are what we talk about here. It's the fast, long, feast, well, train, smart trifecta to aging successfully. And what I've noticed when women join the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, or even just here in our YouTube and Facebook community, and they aren't showing up for themselves the way that they had promised themselves they would, they stop commenting in the comment section. I know even when we had a community group, they don't participate in the community group. They're just sort of like wallflowers, and they're watching what everybody else is doing, but they don't want to show up and be seen because they already have acknowledged that they're not doing what they know they're supposed to be doing to get the results that they say that they want. And this is why here we also talk about really clearly identifying what it is you say that you really want for yourself. And that really has become such a powerful word here in our community, because you can't deny that, right? We know that there are things that we want in the immediate moment. We know that there's those things that give us those dopamine hits or that immediate gratification. But oftentimes when we settle on what we just want in the moment and we don't really go all in and go through what it feels like to stick to what it is we say that we really want, that gap from what we want and the gap from what we really want, and that decision-making process is where shame really does rear its ugly head, right? Because we do feel that guilt, right, about those decisions, and we know better. And when you do something that you know better about, is the shame part of it. The guilt part of it, yes, that part of it comes in as well. But I think that emotion that we're really feeling is that shame. And the reason that those connect so well is because how we act in an emotion or a feeling of shame. And that is recoiling, not participating, playing small, not wanting to be seen, because then we have to acknowledge, right? And we have to admit to those things. And we don't want to have to do that because of the feeling of shame. So where in your life are you feeling like you're settling for what it is you want in the moment? What is it that you're using to just soothe and isolate yourself and justify the actions that you're taking, versus you pulling out of that and going all in, showing up as the full, authentic version of you? We have a saying here, and that is, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course is an opportunity for you to make decisions so that you can wake up every day looking and feeling your best and doing that in your most authentic way. And when that consistency over time kicks in for you, and that feeling of empowerment, and I have got this, and I did all the things I said I was going to do because these are the things that I say that I really want for myself, your whole demeanor changes. You walk into a room with your head held high. You're not afraid to ask for what you want. You stick to your guns when you know it's time to stick to your guns. You don't let people bully you into doing things that you don't want to do. You are convicted to the decisions that you've made, and you're not going to let anybody waver for you. And that's because you're living in your full power. I know intermittent fasting, and I know a lot of what we do here is sort of thrown into that arena or that industry of nutrition and wellness. But I got to tell you, the underlying little secret about intermittent fasting is it does provide an opportunity for us women to sit in our emptiness, to really just do nothing and let all those feelings that we have been so used to just shoving down and not managing, that had caused us a lot of this shame, we let all that rise up and we deal with it. We just let it come out, right? And then we just rinse and repeat the feeling of empowerment. And that feeling of empowerment can just completely annihilate the feeling of shame. So if you find that in your life you feel like you're playing small, you're not participating in groups that maybe you've signed up for, you haven't gone all in no matter what on the decisions that you have made for your life, I highly recommend doing some of this work or grabbing the book, Atlas of the Heart. One of the reasons I believe so many of us are just living in this space of of playing small and being afraid to walk in a room and have someone notice us is because we don't know how to clearly define how it is we're feeling and how those feelings then translate into the actions or decisions that we make next. If you're feeling empowered, you will only make the best decisions for you. If you're living in a feeling of shame, you will make those decisions that you hide in, even though you know consciously they're not the best ones for you because you're not leading from the right emotion. So go back and do some of this work. Figure out how you can be seen. Figure out how you can take up space in a room, right? Figure out how you can finally stand on your own 2 feet and not give a rat's you know what about what anybody else is thinking about you or what anybody else is saying about you. And girlfriend, that is the time that you feel that you get to really live in your own power. And it is such a freeing and it's such a beautiful place to live. And for a lot of us, it does start with just being honest about how we're taking care of ourselves and not putting ourselves in a position of doing harm to ourselves because something else in our life is not going well. Remember, food doesn't solve problems. Food doesn't cure boredom. Food isn't the thing that's going to save the day. Only you can do that. And when you're really honest in that and you live in your true power and you're living big and you're not afraid to be seen in that type of mindset, and girlfriend, everything's going to change for you. And that's really what we're going to start focusing on here on our Thursday mindset shifts. And this is, in fact, what we really work on inside the Midlife Mindset Shift group coaching community. We have 3 courses in there that really help us figure out what it is we say that we want for ourselves in life and then stick to that really part. And so if you're a graduate of the Intermittent Fasting course, you're always invited to come in and join us for the Midlife Mindset Shift course. We do, like I said, group coaching on this, and you can get one-on-one coaching in there as well. The one thing that I can recommend and what I got from the book, Atlas of the Heart from Brene Brown, and a lot of the coach training I have been in myself to become a better coach for you all, is you cannot be alone and really combat that shame. Jumping into a group, jumping in with women, understanding you're not alone. There is nothing wrong with you, and really having community, which is why I love what we have going on here. And I love when you guys show up, and I love when you show up in the comment section. When you're participating with others and you take yourself out of that self-isolation mode, everything about you is going to change because you are then exposing yourself to an energy that you just can't help but changing, right? And so that's why we're here as well. I love you guys. I hope this resonates with you. I hope you understand and have realized over time that, decisions we make, the consequences of them can be as short-lived as we choose for them to be. You do not have to live in feelings of things that you have done for any longer that you have decided they are not serving you. So if you decide today in this little message I'm giving you today, or you're in the intermittent fasting course and you have decided you just want to let go of some of the things of the past, I give you full permission to do that today. Not that you need my permission, but you can do that anytime you decide is the right time for you. Stand up in your power. And this is a really great place for you to exercise that and model that for yourself as well. And I'm here to help you. Like I said, I hope this resonates with you. Come back and watch it again if you need it. Shame, do some research on that. We really want to make sure that we are identifying what we're feeling in the correct way with the correct word so that we don't misalign our next action. Right. And that's a really powerful thing, because then what we end up with is a result that we're not happy with, and we're all confused because we don't know where it comes from. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the comment section now. I put a link for the book you can just get it on Amazon. It's a powerful book. I highly recommend reading it. It's a quick read. I use it like an encyclopedia. If I want to look up something, I just kind of look it up from the subject matter. It's not a novel, so you don't have to read it from cover to cover. You can literally open it up on any page and you will get some pretty good information and something that will just ring true for you, I'm sure. And then, as always, I put the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. I'll link in there as well. If you register today, you sign up today, you join us today. And I'm super excited to be able to offer that with you guys as well. Okay, so let's see who's here today. Step into the light of grace, sister. That is the best YouTube handle. Good morning. I couldn't complete the masterclass at the beginning of the year. How do I go back in for the next month? Do you mean the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course? So step into the light of grace. let me know in the comment section if you're talking about the intermittent fasting course, and then I can kind of let you know how to get back into your course. Nancy, girlfriend, so good to have you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to see what I learned today. I hope you learned something good, even a tiny little nugget. One of the pieces of advice that I give to women that I'm coaching about reading books and taking classes and being in seminars and all those kind of things is you want to be really careful that you don't completely overhaul your life from one setting, but look for one little tiny nugget that you can take away, implement into your life, and test out. And then we just build on those kind of experiences. And then before you know it, we've made enough changes that we get to, live our most authentic life. So hopefully you picked up one little nugget from today that you can go and incorporate in your life and start using. Charmin, greetings from spectacular Colorado. Well, that sounds like an absolutely amazing place to live. I'm thinking spectacular as in the whole state of Colorado. Colorado is an amazing place. I am grateful to have these podcasts twice a week. Bless you for the work you are doing, Charmin. Well, you are welcome, my friend. And, it's a two-edged sword for me. I do this for y'all because I know it's hard to find people that are speaking like this to our community specifically. So I do that for that reason. I love the community aspect. And then I also do it as a nice little subtle reminder, self-coaching on me also. The more I speak this into my existence, the more I practice this out loud as a model for you guys, the better my life gets as well. So I love that I get to do it with you guys. And I appreciate the fact that you guys allow me to do this for you as well. So thank you for jumping in today. Bethany, yes, catching live today from humid Minnesota. I think it's Minnesota, MN. Not patio weather, maybe tomorrow. Oh, girl, it's going to be 105 today here in Texas. It hasn't been under 100 in forever. I think we have a dip next week. It's going to get to a low of exactly 100. So yeah, we won't be doing patio weather until probably Halloween time. Who knows? It's going to be a while for sure, but enjoy your time inside. Jennifer, hello from California. Girlfriend, hello. I'm on day 1 of the class and loving it. I'm nervous for my night shift tonight as I try to fast clean from 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. 12 hours of that and I'll be at work. Wish me luck. No luck needed, my friend. You just decide. I think night shift work and intermittent fasting is the best combination. Oftentimes, when we are doing shift work, and I used to be a shift worker when I was in the military, I used to work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. 2 days, and then I'd work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 2 days. And so I used to work shift work as well. Here's what I think is fascinating about shift workers and the power that you have with this lifestyle. You get to decide when you fast. So it sounds like 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. Is that right? 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow? Oh, it's your fast. Okay. So you feast from then 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So oftentimes when we're doing shift work at night, especially, we're only eating because we're bored, right? So I'm fasting now and I'm working, so I don't need to eat. And then you just decide that when I'm working, I don't eat. And then you go home and you sleep. You'll probably sleep like a baby. You'll probably get the best sleep. And then you wake up and you eat before you go back to work. So it's all just a decision and it's a mindset. And it's like, why do I need to eat when I'm at work? If I was working out of my house and I was fasting, I would not eat a thing at work, and I would break my fast probably around the same time you are. And I would eat till dinner time's over with my family. And then I fast. So I started my fast last night at 6 p.m. and I'm going to fast today probably until about 5, just because that's how my Thursday rolls, right? It's a nice long fast for me on Thursdays. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's all just a decision. So no luck needed, girlfriend. You just decide. And then make sure you're commenting in the course too, so I can respond to you in your lessons and help you if I need to help you there. Liz, from March 23 graduate, welcome back, my friend. Getting ready for my next cruise as I recover from COVID. I hate that people are still having to recover from COVID. Being gentle with myself and ate breakfast, but fasting until my evening meal. Tomorrow is a new day, 24. Yeah, I would say fast your little hiney off, my friend. Fasting, intermittent fasting, or maybe for you, even a longer fast, can help your body clear itself of a virus. You can look it up. There's been some studies done on that. So, what we say, when in doubt, sister, fast that COVID out and just get it out of your system. Hopefully this video won't get shadow banned because I've said that word so many times now, but you know what I mean. So I would fast, and then enjoy the heck out of that cruise for sure. Yeah, always lean into that fast for sure. So good to have you back with us. Okay, here's the information for the course. You'll want to make sure that you get yourself on my email list if you need convincing to jump into class with us. If you're ready to get off the fence and you know today's the day you're going to start to change your life, just go get registered. I'll meet you in class a little later. And then the link to the book, Atlas of the Heart. Powerful book. Stop seeing myself as a victim. Yes, sister. Yes, there's no reason for us to be victims, right? I always say the things that happen to us in our life where we weren't the ones in the driver's seat making the decisions are not our fault. And living as a victim when now you are in the driver's seat and you get to make the decisions is just serving the incident or the person who wanted to do harm with you. You're letting them win, right? So don't let them win anymore. You rise up above that and you get to decide now because you're the one in the driver's seat. Always remember that you get to decide and you can let that go. Let it go. That's all. You don't even need to go. Like, I know that therapy serves a lot of things. I've been to therapy myself, but one of the things that I really love about this new mindset and a lot of the training and the coaching that I have received and the stuff that I'm in as far as learning to be a better coach is you just get to decide. You don't have to go through 6 months of therapy. If you know you want to live a different life and you want to have a different thought and you want to show up for yourself in a different way, you just get to decide that you're going to be different. That's it. And then you just manage your thoughts and your feelings and your actions around that little decision. Super easy. It's super easy in concept, but I know that it does take a little bit of buy-in. So start with something small and prove that that process works. And then from there, you can kind of build up into things that you might feel are deeper and bigger. And then you'll just have this nice track record of proof that this in fact does work. Joanna, yep, this lifestyle can be lonely. I don't know anyone who chooses to do this along with my healthy food choices we make. Okay, here's my advice for you, Joanna, is don't care. If you were to listen to your friends who are not understanding what you're doing and you listen to how they describe their life, most of them are complaining about how much weight they have to lose, complaining about how tired they are, complaining about how they hate their body, complaining about their little rashes they can't, get to the bottom of why they're there. They're complaining about all the things, and you don't have any complaints except you wish that they would stop commenting on what you're doing, right? And so I always just become a really intuitive listener, and I listen to all the things that people are complaining about and unhappy with in their life while also judging me, someone who doesn't have a lot of complaints. And so that's a mindset shift as well. And I have zero problems calling someone out on that. So if someone in your life is calling, is criticizing you for what you're doing, then I always just go back at them. So didn't you just tell me that your doctor wants you to lose 30 pounds? Didn't you just tell me you're tired of taking cholesterol medication? Didn't you just tell me you're tired of being a diabetic? And then when you let people lovingly see where their situation is, they tend to back off. So you can do it in a very loving and compassionate way, but this is the part of not playing small that we're talking about today. This is the part of you willing to be seen. Don't play small around people who are not appreciative and understanding and respectful of you choosing to have a better life. That's it, period. And if they don't like it and they don't, and they have a feeling about you because of that, that's a them problem, sister, and not a you problem. Robin, this is so true. I have just jumped into another major life change. This course and Dy's coaching and the grace of God, it made it possible. Robin, I love that for you, girlfriend. You go live your big old life and don't be afraid to take up space and be seen. You deserve it. You deserve it. I'm so happy things are working well for you. Smith Johnson, glorious Thursday, Diane and everyone. Love the message today. Yes, let's stand in our greatest power together. Love and blessings. Yes. And what I love about this community here is we've established a no tolerance policy for negativity and derogatory comments and hate and all those things, I'll just make sure that you're just not seen here, right? We only want to support each other. We only want to, fix each other's crown, so to speak. We only want to have understanding and compassion for the women who are here, because everyone comes in with their own story, their own starting place, their own history, their own set of things. And we always will respect that. I love that. Yes, let's power together for sure. Jessica, hi from North Florida. New to learning about fasting. I have a Lumen, but I'm struggling with success. Jessica, I highly recommend jumping into the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. In order to understand Lumen and fasting, I always recommend understand the fasting first, because fasting is what your body is going to do based on the opportunities you present it. And then you can use the Lumen as a guide to back up those decisions. Oftentimes people come into the Lumen first and they don't understand the fasting part, and it becomes really stressful and really confusing. And then you get a lot of like one-off advice from a bunch of people who don't understand fasting either. And then you're all confused. So I highly recommend jumping into the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, Jessica, because you will get the basic understanding of what your body's going through and then how your Lumen can back up and support that for you. Chris, please help me get into my class from April 2019. I would love to review that class before I join the MindSet class. You don't have to, because when you join the MindSet Shift course, you also have access to the Intermittent Fasting course. So you can just jump in, and then we do a lot of review of the Intermittent Fasting course. I think just a couple of months ago, everyone inside the MidLife Mindset Shift course went through the Intermittent Fasting course together as a group, as like a refresher. So you can just come in. You don't have to wait. And then Chris, send me an email and I'll get you the information. We'll probably open up the Mindset Shift course next week. So get an email to me at DYANN@today'sagingwoman.com, and then I'll make sure that you get on the list for the Mindset Shift course, or just make sure you're on my email list for sure. But you don't have to do one or the other. You can do them both in the Mindset course. Sean, this definitely resonates with me. The combination of menopause and my children becoming adults completely knocked me out for a few years. Sis, I am right there with you. I'm now in control of my body again, fasting, feasting well. Yeah, my husband and I talk about this all the time, or it's probably more I talk at my husband about this, and he just lovingly listens to me. But motherhood is that thing that's just a trip, right? It's like the best job in the world. The better you get at it, the more you love it, the easier it gets. The proof that you have that you did a great job by sending, human beings off into the world to become independent, responsible adults. And then you just get fired. Like you're just done, right? Like no retirement party, no plaque, no pension check. It's just done. And it is shocking, right? And so what I'm doing for my own mindset health is really, when I catch those negative thoughts and the kind of self-pity thoughts, I really intentionally turn it into a thought that's going to serve me, because I'm going to be in this, no mommy mode, fired from being the best mom in the world job for the rest of my life. And so I was really bummed out about my daughter getting her driver's license, and like, oh my gosh, she doesn't need me to drive her places anymore. And I really changed that to like, I get to be a passenger princess for the rest of my life. I'll never have to drive again. Right. And like, what a great thing that is for me. Like, I graduated up to now being chauffeured everywhere. And I can create opportunities for us to go drive together. The fact that she doesn't need me to do that doesn't mean that I can't do that. And so that's really helped me with a lot of, this is my last year of mommy mode. And then my daughter graduates from high school, and then I'm just a mom, or not just a mom, but I'm mom, right? And mom and mommy mode are two completely different modes. And it takes a while to shift off the mommy mode when you've been doing it so well for so many years. So girlfriend, I'm right there with you. We're going to do a little bit of coaching on that and talks on that too, through this year for myself also, because I'm in the thick of it. Janine, hello, girlfriend. Thank you for helping me. I'm in the August 23 class and appreciate you and your thoughts. I'm now used to eating really healthy foods. Yesterday I had ice cream and it made me feel terrible. I find I can't cheer anymore. I don't know what that means, but what I want to make sure you guys all understand about Janine's comment here is that she's currently in the August 2023 class, and she's eating really healthy foods, which she's figured out on her own. And she also decided to have ice cream and also realized for herself that that doesn't make her feel really good. I don't tell anybody what to eat. I don't tell anybody what not to eat. Y'all get to figure that out for yourself. And when you figure it out in a place that's very specific and very supported, and you're coming off of that really powerful fasted state. So she's been fasting with us in class now. This is her third week. That ice cream hits you like this and you're like, whoa, I never realized ice cream was doing that for me. And then you get to make a really informed choice for yourself. How many times do you want to feel that way? Or would you rather keep that feeling you had before you had the ice cream? So Janine, I'm so glad that you shared that comment with us today. It's powerful when you get to realize that for yourself and you don't have someone else out there like pointing their finger at you, telling you that you did something wrong. Because for a lot of people, ice cream is not a wrong thing, right? But for you, you decided or realized that it didn't make you feel good. I find I don't cheat anymore. Yeah. And I don't really believe in the fact that we cheat. I believe in the fact that we just make decisions that aren't serving us. And this is another one of those mindset shift things that we really got to get a handle on, right? We don't cheat on ourselves. We just make decisions that we're not informed about, or we make them in an unconscious state. So you forget about the thing that you said that you really want, and you're only making a decision in the I want. We talked about this in class. Are you soothing yourself? Are you kind of just past time? Are you just buffering something away? And where was your thought process and all that? And so now you're going to be really connected to that. And that's a really powerful part of being in class with us. So I'm so happy for you. So Fonda, November 22 grad, made it live. So good to have you with us today, my dear friend. Press the like and thumbs up button. This community is a great motivation. IF is the best lifestyle for me. Thanks, Diane, for helping me to figure out how to help myself. You are welcome, my friend. And you have to be a willing participant, right? There's a lot of people I've tried to get the message to, and it's just not clicking for them. But you are one of those people that it's clicked for. And so I'm so happy for you. And you are one of those perfect examples of one of our community members. So I appreciate you being here, and do what Safonda said. You all hit that like button for sure. Nancy, this is the truth. Take care of yourself and watch the magic happen. Yes. There's no better feeling for us as women than knowing that we have our own back. We have our own back. We don't have to wait on anybody else. So then when we have our own back and someone else then also has our back, it's so easy to take that in, right? We're so used to that type of behavior, and we're so used to that type of support that it's so easy for us to lean into that. And I think that that's a powerful thing too. And that really does come from what we talk a lot about in class, and we talk a lot about here, and that is being selfish first so that we can show up for others better. Right. And when we compliment ourselves first, and we do good by ourselves first, and we know how to treat ourselves first, then we also take that in from others in a better way as well. So happy for you, my friend. Step into the light of grace. Let me go back to your comment. I couldn't complete the masterclass. Oh, the intermittent fasting class. Okay. So go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com/login. So LOGIN, fortoday'sagingwoman.com/ why is that hard for me to say? /login. You can log in with your email address and your password. If for some reason your course doesn't pop up in there, that's probably just because your course expired. And so you'll have to just re-register for the class again, or you will have to come into the Mindset Shift course. Or you can just keep coming here. We'll help you. Charmin, you are a ray of sunshine. Well, thank you, my friend. I feel the same way about you. I absolutely love when you're here and you're participating in our comment section. You really lighten things up for us. TL, November 22 grad. Needed this talk today. I will be rewatching for sure. Thanks for the Atlas of the Heart recommendation. HBO Max also had the series to watch for those that do better with video. Yeah, I did both, and I thought it was fascinating. I really enjoyed reading the book first because it gave me sort of that. I used the book as like a prerequisite so that when I did the HBO Max, or the Max, I guess they're called now, series, I felt like I was like 2.0, right? And so I felt that the book was like the prerequisite, and the Max version of it was like I was in the second level of the training. And so you can do it however way it works best for you. But yeah, there are the two options. So thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. So, okay, Kim. Yeah. So Kim, go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com/login. That's your account with fortoday'sagingwoman.com site. If your course is not there and you can't access it, that just means that it expired. You can repurchase the course if you want to review it again, or you can jump into the Midlife Mindset Shift course where we do other coursework, and we also review that class as well. So it's up to you how you want to come back. Bethany, swimming against the current, accept it and live it. Build up your strength with time. Yes, and practice what you preach, right, to other people. So if you're telling other people to do good by them, practice that for yourself. Vanika, pronounce Vanika. I think I got it right. It's great being a part of this community. I say your mantras daily and sometimes write them to help cement them into my mindset. You should, for sure. I am a huge fan of living my life by sticky note reminders. I have them everywhere. The beautiful thing that I have noticed is my daughter has picked up sticky note writing as well, and writing little mantras and positive thoughts for herself to speak. So again, that's that part of being a mom that's so great, where you get to see all of your things showing up in your kids. Yeah, anything you can do to keep your brain in that mindset, you do it. You don't even worry about it. You just do the thing that works for you, for sure. The root beer float to keep things monetized is still here tomorrow. Don't know what that is. Carrie O, August 22 grad, just popping in to say hi, thank you, and encourage anyone who's on the fence to jump in. Oh, thank you for saying that, my friend. The testimonials we have in this community are just mind-blowing. So if you're on my email list, you get see a little snippet of that. If you haven't jumped into class yet, I could sit here and preach all darn day to you all about how great this lifestyle is. But when the community members, our course members, our graduates, our mindset shift students, share what they got from class, y'all, that is powerful information. And that means that you can do the same thing. So make sure you're reading the comments in the comment section. Make sure you're reading the things that I send out on my email list. It'll give you just that little nudge you need to believe that you can do it too. Suda, my friend, November 22 grad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So glad to have you here with us today. Bridget, I'm in the August class. I'm loving it. There you go, fence sitters. But to totally love this Monday and Thursday live chats. This lifestyle is so great. Yes, this is what I offer for people who need to get encouraged to jump in with us, and then you become a graduate, and then you're in like Flynn with us. And then I keep doing these because I know life gets busy. I know life gets hectic. I know someone's going to say some offhanded comment to you, and you're going to need to come back and be with your group and your community who understands you. So we will be here. We will be here to support you, whether you're, just hanging out and trying to learn from these videos. If you're inside of class or you're a graduate, we got your back. And we will be here to support you. Okay, that's all I have for today. I have absolutely loved hanging out with you guys. You guys, this is my jam. I love talking about mindset. I love talking about changing how it is we show up for ourselves. If we have decided the way we're showing up is not working for us, we don't need to do that anymore. We need to just work on those thoughts we have in our brain, understand how those trigger how we are feeling, make sure we're identifying that feeling correctly, so then we can connect it to the actions that we are taking in our life. We can make some corrective moves so that we can alter the results that we're getting. It is that easy once you get this concept and you practice it. And this is why we're here to coach. If you're interested in booking a one-on-one coaching call with me, we are now making that available again since summer is over. I will be available on our website soon, so just keep an eye out for that. And I'll also include it in my weekly Sunday email that goes out. And it's also available to my course members who are currently inside the Intermittent Fasting course. Mwah! Love you guys. You deserve to live your most authentic life, and you deserve to be seen. Make sure you're showing up with your full self. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday.